Welcome to the Rotunda, the longest-running maternity hospital in the world. It has seen the birth of almost 1 million Dubliners, and some 24 new babies are added to that number every day.
This don't feel good. Is it coming out? You don't want the baby to come out and fall on the ground.
It's a place of extreme highs and devastating lows.
Why not cry?
Agony and ecstasy, all happening second to second. We're there for the most intimate of moments as people experience events which will change their lives forever.
You're going to meet him now. You're going to meet him very, very soon.
Happy birthday!
Events to be remembered and retold for generations to come.
Okay, one more big push there now. Push for me now, push.
I'm here 40 years. The technical services foreman. Technical services is the fancy name for maintenance. I love this old building, you know, and I'm proud that I helped to maintain it for so long, you know. I have 4 children, and we had the 4 children here. And my own wife said it seems to be that they have some mechanism that switches off and they forget about the pain. And she always said that it was only when she was being wheeled in the door of the delivery suite, then she said, how the hell am I have to get myself back in here again?
It's 11 a.m. and Julia and Christian from Poland are anticipating the arrival of their first child. Julia has been having pains with very little sleep for nearly 2 days, and now finally she's been admitted into a delivery suite.
You wanted to do it standing?
Yeah, I was trying to use the gravity, so standing up, hopefully.
Okay.
I don't want epidural because you can't feel most of it. Quite often you do end up having forceps, which I wanted to avoid. So no painkillers, as natural for the baby as possible.
And do you know the sex of baby?
It's a girl.
A little girl. Lovely. Does she have a name?
Probably Tara.
Tara? Oh my God, you never really hear Tara. It's an Irish name. Yeah, it's lovely.
Yeah. Well,
very nice.
We thought made in Ireland, so...
Ah, that's lovely. You get another pain now? Okay, you're all right back. So your birth plan, you just wanted kind of to just do your own thing and
I think I just didn't anticipate to go
it's the sleep
long.
Sleep deprivation is awful. Like, that's what really gets to women more than anything. You getting a contraction?
At that point, I was so exhausted. I said I don't want epidural, but it was 35 hours. I was so exhausted with almost no sleep. It's like, I don't think I can push the little one out without any help. So, yeah, I think I cave in.
You definitely have good tolerance to things anyways, you definitely do.
Christian was suggesting I take some more paracetamol instead, because he was so determined I would stay drug-free. I was like, oh yeah, no, you take it. I got the epidural and everything just went,
Oh ja, zo dziewczyna. Baby, how long it is already?
Since the waters broke, I can tell you exactly how many hours it is. It's 35 hours and 20 minutes.
Sorry for my language. Do you know what's the longest labor ever?
I don't actually.
No, I don't know either. That's a Google now.
That's one for Google now. We need to look that up.
Longest labor ever recorded was a Polish girl, Joanna Krzysztonek.
Oh.
75 days.
75 days?
2012.
I thought it was like dark ages or something.
Padasz?
I will wake you if there's anything. You two have a little rest. We'll be keeping an eye, okay? I'm just going to pop out to the manager and let her know the story. All right?
Sure.
Ciao, bambina.
Night, night.
Night, night. Oh, gee.
It was 2.5 years ago. I felt pregnant, but unfortunately I miscarried. I'm generally quite a strong person, so yeah, it is definitely difficult, but I don't have this kind of I don't focus on the bad things if it happens. So yes, it was difficult. But it made me realize, I do definitely want a kid. Oh, to be a boy.
You were on that day?
Yeah.
And the placenta everywhere?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. She sneezed her placenta and it whacked off the wall?
Yeah, it actually shot across the room.
Blood everywhere, and I was like, this is no help. We can't do anything. She's going to clean up.
In the intensive care unit, teenagers Malish and James are visiting their premature daughter. Born suddenly at home at just 26 weeks, Harper has had a long, difficult journey over the past 3 months.
We've looked up kind of things around the same thing to see other babies that were born around that time of progress. And we were looking at one yesterday, and there was one like where he cried after 10 days and stuff.
It took Harper 2
and
months
we were
to
like,
cry.
It took her 2 months to cry. Like,
our last one was the heart. Like these would be like the days when she's gotten a blood transfusion, she'd get a red bead, and the first time he got to hold her, she got like a glass little love heart and stuff like that. Like, oh, we forgot to put down our first bath. When was that? Last Saturday? Last Sunday? Sunday. What Sunday was that? Hold on.
3 months ago, Malish and James were like any other teenagers, living at home and attending school. 17-year-old Malish had no idea she was even pregnant.
A few days before I had Harper, I just kept saying to him, you're making me fat. I was like, all this food, you make me fat. And like, I wasn't fat, I had no bump, I was just getting chubby. Like, that was when I first had her. I fall asleep and then I'd jump again with the pain. But then when I pushed my own waters open. And my ma literally just heard it. It was literally like someone just got a bucket and flung it upside down. And my ma came out and goes, right, relax. And I was like, my ma's brilliant in situations like that. Like, she really is. Like, she can't see blood, but if it's a serious situation like that, she's like super mammy. And she was like, relax, I need you to relax and everything. And I knew there was something else to come after that. After seeing the waters, I was like, right, there's clearly obviously a baby in me now.
At 790 grams, Harper was smaller than a bag of sugar, so that physical size is a huge shock. She was about 20 minutes old when I met her. She had come in with no heart rate, but responded very well to initial resuscitation.
I got brought into the emergency section. The baby was brought straight upstairs. I didn't even know what sex the baby was at the time. So I was kind of, you're just sitting there and you're just blank.
The one thing we had to ask Malish to do after having that big shock, the best thing she could do for Harper would be express her own breast milk. So that's an awful lot to ask a young girl who, 5-6 hours earlier, just went to bed with not a care in the world, to find out she was in labour, had a baby that she wasn't expecting, who was potentially very sick, very premature, and then you're asking her to express breast milk over the first few days, as well as trying to deal with all of that. As soon as Mum was well enough to get Mum up to hold her, or at least hold Harper's hand, so that it feels real. So it's to try and get them to see the baby's fingers and toes, ears and eyes, and see that this is, albeit very small, very premature, with a long road ahead of them, very much a little person.
Hello.
I've never been around babies at all. Like, I've had little cousins and stuff, but never anyone in the house, or never anyone that I've ever held. Like, so when the baby was born, it was kind of like, what do I do? Like, I'm not used to this at all. Like, but I'm sure everything will go all right. Like, it's just kind of a thing of learning as it goes along and stuff.
Hello, baby. Hi.
Since Harper's birth, Malish has been expressing milk, and both she and James have been taking turns feeding her.
Hi. I see you. Are you smiling? Are you smiling?
It was the first day I seen her, it was like, it just took over me then, and every day after, I'm just dying to see her and to hold her, and it's just crazy how happy she can make you be, like.
Harper's health has stabilised, but her prematurity has affected her eyesight. Later today, she will have urgent laser surgery.
It's to help her eyes. If they don't do the operation, she'll go blind. Like, yeah, strong little one.
I started my midwifery when I was 40, when my youngest child started secondary school. People thought I was really experienced and I hadn't a clue. The first delivery, I got so nervous that when I put the gloves on, my hand actually went through the glove. But my hand came out. That was my delivery, but I got it anyway. But I started bawling.
Ladies, I will let you choose. One of this is for two of you over here. Do you want a truffle or you want a white chocolate?
We'll let Hayley decide.
Okay.
That's Polish sweets, yeah.
Polish sweets, yeah. Oh, hello. No, come in. Ladies first.
Thanks very
Hayley,
much.
I'll let you decide which one you want.
Oh, you're my favourite couple ever. Right, so put them behind your back and surprise me.
No, this one is a white chocolate, this is truffles.
What do you think,
Both
Eve?
of them are lovely.
I'm going to take this one. Thank
Very
you.
well.
You're so nice.
We say thank you with food in Poland.
Yeah, that's major thing for Polish culture. Yeah, we always say thank you with food most of the time, or with alcohol.
Yeah, well, it wasn't appropriate to bring vodka to the delivery room.
Yeah. And what about Christmas and stuff? Is there like certain cakes?
Oh my God, you would be crazy. Every birthday, every Christmas.
Traditional stuff,
There is so much food that for us when we back home, especially for Christmas.
Like a feast.
It's a dying. It's a 3-day diet. No, seriously. Like especially when you have two families, so you go for one dinner, then you're going to another family for another dinner, and then there is always some cakes, some cookies, a lot of stuff.
Sounds like heaven.
Our families live about 10-minute walk from each other. So we've known each other since we were 6 years old. When I was in high school, and I remember Christian asking me out on...
And she said no.
I said no, yeah.
You okay? You feeling bad?
Yeah, the leg is killing me.
What I'll do is I'll give you a little button and we'll give you some extra boost. So you're going to stay over here.
We bumped into each other on the street here in Ireland around 2004, maybe 5. We both were living in Ireland at the same time. We didn't know about it. We were living in Dublin. And again, Christian asked me out and I said no because we were with someone else. I moved to London. We didn't keep in touch for 7 years. And then all of a sudden he found me on Facebook, end of 2013.
I invited you here.
Yeah, and invited me here for a weekend, and I stayed.
Now, this little mess here, I thought we'd see her now.
For me, one of my first loves, I would say, the kids who doesn't really know what love is, but there is some kind of, attraction, I would say. So yeah, it was always definitely something pushing me towards her.
No malutka, wychodź.
Okay, let's see now what's going on. Loads of pressure, I'm really sorry.
How are you? Okay?
It feels like there might be a tiny bit of cervix left. So I think it feels like you're about 9.5. So, there's only a tiny bit there. Okay, so we're going to give you that hour. So we'll start pushing, just say quarter to 3. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up everything so that everything's ready.
Pani wojownik.
Perfect, lovely. Thanks, Liv. Oh, but it's still the symptoms. Okay, bye.
It's 5 a.m. in the intensive care unit, and baby Harper is being prepared for laser eye surgery in the hope of fixing a dangerous complication of her prematurity.
Like the back of the eye swells out from the oxygen, and then
She can go blind over.
you can go blind over if it kills it. And when you have to walk away and she's not coming with you, is the part that really hurts you. But it's the love for her. You just have to know that she's in the best place where she needs to be now.
The delicate procedure is carried out by eye surgeon Professor O'Keefe. He has to ensure Malisha and James are aware of the risks of surgery.
240, okay. Hello? Hello, yeah, I'm Michael O'Keefe and I'm ringing here from Rotunda. And it's got to the stage now where I think the baby needs laser to protect the retina. So there are risks as well as benefits. There's a small risk of a hemorrhage at the back of the eye, of a cataract. But on the other hand, if we don't do this, there's a risk that the baby will not see it when it grows older. Okay, bye. Oh, well, no problem with consent. I'm gonna hold the head very still. So it's very good here. So the morphine infusion, everything is working very well. There's a window of opportunity of about 72 hours to treat. And if you don't treat, then it gets harder and the success of treatment goes way down. Looking at the back of the eye, the retina, and I'm lasering that to prevent the ROP from advancing. And we'll put about 600 or 700 layers of bronze in here in a short time. There is discomfort. We give morphine infusion, we give topical anesthesia, and the baby does move. But on the other hand, you've got to weigh that against the fact of a general anesthetic, having to put the baby to sleep, having to wake the baby up. So we're nearly coming to the end of this eye now. We've nearly done it. The baby's very good now. Baby's only 34 weeks.
Sometimes at a delivery, just after the baby's born, when you catch the father's face and their reaction, it's just amazing to see the joy on their faces. What was the two has now become a little family. It's quite amazing.
For Julia and Christian in the delivery suite, the time has finally come to start pushing.
And huge push down.
Really big.
Huge push.
Hard as you
Huge
can.
push, huge push, huge push.
Really
Right
hard
down,
now.
you can
Well
do it.
done.
Come on, keep going. Keep going, keep going, keep going.
Oh.
Blow out.
Let it go.
And again, big breath in. And huge push again. Come on now, you can do it. Come on, really hard. Right down into your bum. Just imagine you're on the toilet. Push really hard into your bum. That's it, fantastic. That's it, keep going with it. Keep going with it, keep going with it, keep going with it. That's it, amazing.
Brilliant.
And take a break. Just have a little walk over just so I can see a little bit.
You okay?
She's doing that little rocky bit and she'll do that kind of coming down and rocking back, coming down, rocking back. But then she'll just come and she won't come back. And then every push we do, we're nearly out, we're nearly out, we're nearly out.
Okay, we'll go again.
Yeah.
Right, let's do it. Let's
Right
get it around the
back.
curve. Now, big breath in.
Really hard.
And really hard push. That's it, come on, you can do this.
That's it, well done.
Well done,
Really,
come on.
really hard.
Come on.
Keep going with it, keep
Brilliant.
going with
Come
it, keep going with it, keep going with it. Well done. And again, big breath
Right
in.
back in.
And big push down.
All the
That's
way down
it, push
into that
all the
pressure.
way into your bum. Keep
Little
going,
bit
keep
more.
going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Right down, right down, right down. Well done. And again, big breath.
After an hour of pushing, Julia's baby isn't moving down as hoped, and midwife Hayley is beginning to get a bit concerned.
The head is not there yet?
I suppose it's just because the head's still a little bit high. We can't push indefinitely because we don't want, one, you getting too tired and baby getting too tired. But I do think the doctors might have to come in and give a hand. But me and Eve will stay with you the whole time anyway and we'll still be explaining everything to you.
Dr. on duty, Sorka, is called in to assess Julia's labour.
Right down, right down, keep going.
Well done.
Well done.
Okay.
That's it, fantastic.
Okay. Well done.
Excellent, well
There
done.
is a bit of cop out there.
The head was roughly at the same point in the pelvis as it had been when she'd started pushing, so it hadn't come down a huge amount. And at that stage, the baby's heart rate was dipping low. It was recovering, but it was kind of happening after the contractions, which made us a bit concerned that there was some fetal distress. and that baby perhaps might not be getting adequate oxygen across the cord.
All right, okay. So what I think we should do is I think we should do this in theatre, okay? And if we use the forceps, they'll sometimes have little marks on the cheek, but they do settle down quite quickly. Baby's head is going to be a little bit misshapen anyway because they're trying to squeeze through a very narrow space at the moment. So we'll just pop the legs down.
Because she had been pushing for nearly an hour and a half with the head not coming down as well, that's why we decided to do it in theatre. In the event that if the baby wasn't coming with an instrument easily, that then we would have to progress to a cesarean section.
We're actually right next door to where we go.
Okay.
Now, are you okay? Come on over here. So, we're going to pop you here for a moment. We'll get you a chair, and then we'll get you changed. Now, Julia, I'm just going to scan your little barcode on the other side of your hand.
Just hold that in place there.
So we're going to try the salad spoons.
I felt that if there was going to be any instrument that would be successful in helping Julia have her baby, it would have been the forceps. And they're metal, they're clangy, they sound quite scary, and they cup the baby's jawbone, helps guide the baby down through the birth canal with the mum pushing. And we work as a team, really. The mum still has to push.
This is like the sprint finish at the end of the marathon, when the legs go to jelly and you've worked really hard.
Yeah.
But you get the best prize at the end of it all, okay?
I treat that person like she's a family member. I look at her like she might be my sister or my cousin or one of my best friends. And I think to myself that if I can look after her the way I would want to look after somebody so close to me that's really important to me, that I feel that I would never go wrong in the decisions that I make.
We're going to try there, and the baby's head is coming down, so we're going to keep going this way.
Okay. Thank you very much.
I think there's one coming now.
How are you, baby?
Do you feel one starting to build again? Yeah, good woman. Big breath in. Big push down. Come on, you can do this. Really hard, Julia. Really hard. That's it. Come on, keep going with it. Keep going with it. Keep going with it. Keep going with it.
Well done.
Right down, right down, right down, right down.
Big.
I see you're doing fantastic.
Well done.
Keep going with it.
Well done.
Right down, right down, right down, right down.
Big.
I see you're doing fantastic.
Well done.
And again, blow out. And big breath in again.
I remember one of the midwives asking me, do you want to touch the head while she was coming out? I was just so freaked out. I was like, no, I just want her out, and I want her out, safely.
Keep that going, keep that hard.
Go on.
Have a look down. You're doing great.
Really hard.
Here. She's coming.
She's going to be tall like Teddy as well.
Oh, good girl. 1705. Congratulations.
Well done.
Say hi to your mommy.
You're overwhelmed by emotions, by adrenaline and hormones which go through all your body, so you don't really think clearly.
Happy birthday. She's lovely. She was crying before she was even out nearly. Oh, she's a girly. Now, does she have you wrapped around her finger already?
Oh, yes.
That's
Wow.
fair. She's very cute. Oh, come here. Now. Nice and warm.
That was pretty emotional.
That was pretty emotional.
Whatever happened before happened, and it was just out of your mind. Yeah. No, sorry, I'm getting emotional now. Oh. Yeah. I just wanted to be with her all the time and just be the three of us.
Small pleasures, small measures, who would deny us these?
"5 days since laser surgery, Professor O'Keefe is back to check Harper's eyes and see if the sight-saving treatment has been successful.
Babies like this, they survive all the other problems. Their brain gets better, their lungs get better, and they end up very good. But the last thing you want to do is that the baby is then blind. So it's a vital form of treatment because, as you know, sight is a huge and most important part of one's life.
Was the last time you seen her?
She is massive compared to when I last saw her. I was very impressed.
The last time you seen her?
No, she's much, much bigger. So she's got a little bit of bruising around the eyes. Yeah. Baby tissue is really good at getting better, so you can see yourself is getting much better really quickly. So Professor O'Keefe had a look in this morning and was really happy with what he had seen. So all he's seeing is signs of regression of that ROP, or retinopathy of prematurity. So that's really encouraging, and he wants to see her again in a week, so we'll have another look at it. Exactly. No, but really happy with how things are going.
Yeah.
Great.
I always had a feeling inside me she's always going to be fine, no matter what. She'll always find a way to get through it, like. And everything that's happened, she's got over it straight away, and she's just such a strong baby. It's crazy, like.
As soon as she's greater than 34 weeks, 1.8 kilos, feeding fully by mouth without the tube and off breathing support, she's good to go home, and I don't think she's a million miles off that. So I make sure to start getting ready for...
That's what we're in the middle of doing now.
Yeah, no, it's a long old road.
There will be people out there who'll be like, oh yeah, you're very young and stuff. We don't care for her young, because she, at the end of the day, Harper is the one who's making us proud, and we're like, well look, she's came this long way so far. We hope she'll be out in a few weeks, and she's proven everyone wrong now. I'm ready now to get her home and she's 100% and just cuddle her. That's all I can't wait, is just to keep cuddling her.
Breast milk is liquid gold, they call it. It is hard at the beginning, and babies don't want to latch, and a lot of wee babies, like, they've been in 5-star hotels for 9 months and they've been fed continually. They don't know hunger. It's difficult. But the baby will do it. He hasn't read the book, he hasn't read the manual, you have to give them time.
Just arrived to delivery are parents of 3, Michelle and Aaron. They live an hour from the hospital, and although Michelle's been having contractions for 14 hours, she was slow to leave home.
And I didn't wake Aaron until 3 o'clock in the morning. I woke him up and told him that I was in labour, and he was like, right, come on, let's go to the hospital. And I was like, I'm not going to the hospital yet. I have to have a shower, I have to do this, I have to do that, tidy the house, get everything ready and whatever. And I was sitting here on a gym ball trying to make the contractions come faster, and he was saying, get off the ball, we're miles away from the hospital, we're going now.
Would you like me to get you out, my darling wife?
Walking together on their first date 16 years ago, Aaron was keen to impress Michelle.
I was living in North Wall at the time, Sheriff Street, from the posh part, Mariners Port. And so I didn't want to bring her down through Sheriff Street itself, so we went around through the IFC where a waterfall, and I was trying to be all posh, you know. I was from the street, and Michelle, I thought Michelle was posh from Clondalkin. So we kind of, it was funny. And so she came down Sheriff Street. She was terrified, but it was cool. You know, we just started talking, and over a few weeks, we fell in love.
What size were your other babies? 2 of them, the first one was 8'7", and the other 2 were 7'8".
Really? So it's going to be 8'7" or 7'8", which is
Yeah.
fair.
I don't know.
Smaller is better.
Yeah. I used to knock at people's doors when I was younger and ask them, can I take your child out for a walk in the pram? Do you want me to bring the child to the shop? Or I'd mind people's kids. I was always babysitting, and, you know, and I always wanted a family. Yeah.
2 of Aaron and Michelle's 3 children at home have special needs.
When I had Bradley, I suppose people say it's a mother's instinct, but when I held him in the labour ward, I said to Aaron, there's something wrong. But he was diagnosed at 4 with autism. So he's fine, he's doing great, he's come on and leaps and bounds, he's 12 now. And then with Taylor, she wasn't diagnosed with epilepsy until 2000. She had a seizure. I went to wake her up for school one morning, and I think she was 3, she was in Montessori. And when I went to wake her up for school, she was just blank staring at me. She unconditionally loved him, you know, you wouldn't change him for the world. Like if somebody came up to me tomorrow and said to me, there's a pill you give to Bradley and he won't have autism anymore, no thanks. He wouldn't be Bradley without his autism.
Is there something inserted into the back? That's just an injection.
No, something in tube in the back.
Stays in the back.
Yeah, until the baby's.
We're cruising.
Oh, this is my turn now. Michelle's quite quiet, as opposed to some other ladies. And I'd be like, Jesus Christ, they sound like they're being murdered. And I was saying, thank God I'm a man. Hands, because I do some off-road biking and my hands are killing me at the moment, yeah.
God bless. Has it hard, hasn't he?
Can I get an injection for that?
God love him. Has it bad.
Oh, look, she's got so grown up, Marina.
6, and your ones?
Give you grey hairs, Marina.
What are they now? Like, it must be 14 and...
15.
It's the pink set and the first, and you have the case all upside down. Open the case flat. Like, so my stuff was on one side and the baby stuff was on the other side.
I kind of always feel awkward. What are we doing, you know? I just try and shut up and just do what I'm told. Sit there, get that, go here.
Just pink sets, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah?
You just say to me, I find it very hard to sit there and watch you, you know, like being in pain and there's nothing I can do for you. And I just shut up then and sit there and just do nothing then. Take my socks off.
That's the epidural needle.
That's what went into my back.
That's what went into your back, up to about there.
Do you know, that's why I didn't...
The first time with Clayton, they gave her the epidural, and before it kicked in, Clayton came out. So the second time, they were like, well, is there any point? Because the babies...
Fast
kinda,
deliveries.
The minute we got to the hospital, the babies seemed to just, like, come out.
Oh, there's my water's gone.
That's okay.
Today, Michelle is being cared for by midwife Carla, who is herself a mum of 4.
I wasn't a midwife when I had my first 2 babies. And then I think having my second had a bit of a traumatic experience. Ended up having an emergency section under general anaesthetic. And I remember just the panic of not knowing what was going on. And I wanted to be that voice in the room to somebody to tell them it's going to be okay and this is what's happening. I used to do accounts and I was made redundant and I went back to college to do this. So I thought long and hard.
Is everything all right?
Yeah, I'm just trying to...
Carla is having difficulty locating the baby's heartbeat.
I'm going to get you back onto your back for me. Sorry now, because baby's hard to get contact with. Give me 1 second now. Sorry, so sorry, my dear. No. Can I get you to hold that there for me for 1 second? I can just hire this up to try and hear it.
Oh, grand, yeah, nearly there, I'd say. Hopefully. All right?
No, not really. It's ours.
She just must have moved. I think she's after moving right down.
Sorry.
Yeah, she's just doing a whole 180.
I was thinking, what's going on? There's something wrong. I have 2 kids with special needs already, so it's in your mind as well. Even through the pregnancy, you're thinking, you know, is everything going to be all right? And will the baby be okay?
Yeah. I'm going to put the catheter in now as well, all right? So, were your last deliveries, were they nice and calm?
Yeah.
Good.
It's mad how fast things can change, though, isn't it?
I know. I went to put the catheter in and I saw hair, a baby's head. And I just went, okay, So we're going to have a baby now. Very calm.
Has this one got darker?
This baby has dark hair.
I told you, didn't I? I said it'd be like Bradley dark hair.
Now, back in 1 second.
Do you want a picture?
Huh?
Do you want a picture?
No, can I see?
I can't. It looks like funny.
What is it?
Huh?
What do you mean funny?
Oh, like a flower.
I said it's like a flower blossom when the baby comes out. I was like, okay, that's a little bit weird.
Was anybody here the night that the place was full and an ambulance arrived? And she was very quiet. I looked at her and she was wearing trousers and I noticed there was a big lump in the trousers. And I took them down and the baby had delivered. She said the baby had delivered before the ambulance even arrived and she didn't tell anyone.
In the prenatal ward, Anisha is due her second baby. She had been hoping for a natural birth, but high blood pressure has meant a C-section is now the hospital's preferred option.
Yeah. How long would there be a wait? Probably they will start the section around 9 o'clock. Okay. Shortly after 9.
That's crazy. When we went in and she was like, no, your blood pressure's too high, we can't, you have to have a C-section. The baby's at risk. And we were like, okay.
Anisha and Ali met and fell in love in England. Some of Anisha's family didn't approve of the romance and wouldn't accept Ali as her partner.
He's Pakistani, but he's from a different side, like he's a different caste. My mum was quite chilled out. It was the rest of my family. They said to me that, look, Ali's not the right person, you can't marry him. I remember just phoning him and saying, look, they've said no. I just remember crying on the phone to him.
I'm another state and she's from another state, from Pakistan. That's why
I think that's why
they think maybe, our state, the people is abusing and they don't care people, but, all finger is not same.
Anisha and Ali felt they had to hide their relationship, eventually making the huge decision to leave their family and friends and elope to Ireland.
When we left, it was like, okay, we have to leave everything. Everything, that's it, cut ties. And I just remember we were sitting in the hotel and my phone kept ringing and he was like, answer the phone, don't do that. Like, don't do that to your mum, like, you need to speak to her. And I remember picking up the phone and my mum was crying and I was crying and he was like, should we go back? And I was like, no, we've made this choice now, we need to stay and prove everyone wrong.
In life-changing moments like the birth of a child, Anisha and Ali don't have a family support network to rely on. They just have each other.
Excited and a bit nervous because I'll have my wife first, then baby.
The way like me and Ali were treated, we don't want our children to be treated like that. Like, we want them to be able to have that choice and have what we didn't have.
Happy birthday. There you go. Lovely.
Hi.
Thank you. I remember just hearing him cry and I was like, oh, hi. Like, you're finally here.
Just nice and easy, yeah. Okay. Just like that. Okay. So you're soothing your baby by putting your hands up to the mouth. Is that all right? Okay. See, it's magic.
Yeah. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah, ashhadu an la ilaha illallah.
When a child is born, you read a prayer into the child's ear.
In
and
both
it just,
ears.
yeah, in both ears. And it just means that they're...
Like first, they heard our azan.
Yeah, the first thing they hear is the call to prayer. And
hi.
For the past few hours, Anisha's mum in England has been waiting anxiously for news of the new arrival.
Yes, just look gorgeous, 28, ugly little thing.
No, he's really cute. He's just really hairy. Okay, Mum. I'll let you go because I don't want to wake her up. Because then she'll just be really moody. Okay, I love you. Bye. Bye.
Love you. Bye.
When you have children, your focus diverts to them because they don't have anybody but you. Everything changes. Like you're not so selfish. Like you're more, okay, for my children, like what do they need? What, you know, they have to be happy.
Like your life is over and their life is start. I have just, like, I can't explain you, but too much.
That's cute. I love you too.
Thank you.
Loser. We love you too. Yes.
Very kind of funny.
It really is. Oh.
Stop.
Actually killed each other over recently.
Yeah,
Good evening. Sorry, frog in my throat. Sorry, give me a sec. Sorry. Good evening, delivery suite.
Okay, I'm going to have a quick look if that's all right.
It's just over 2 hours since Michelle arrived into the delivery suite, and she's already dilated enough to start pushing.
Big breath in, a big push down for me. Okay, really big push down. Harder, 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 harder. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Great. And again, big breath in and big push down.
It's kind of like 0 to 60. I think
It was
I
really
stepped out to
fast,
go to the
wasn't it?
toilet, and then when I came back, it was just like, right, here we go.
I'd say baby will be born the next 2 pushes.
Really?
Well, the head will be anyway, I'd say.
Oh my God.
We'll see.
Never pushed for longer, I think, than half an hour, 3/4 of an hour on the others.
Really?
Like I've
Once the
never...
water's gone.
Yeah, once
That's what
my
happened.
waters...
Your waters just went
yeah.
pop and baby came, yeah.
Yeah.
And you're still smiling.
Yeah.
You're an expert. So big breath in and big push down. Really big push. Harder, 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 harder. Keep that going. Keep going, keep going, keep going.
When the baby finally gets into the world, it's an experience I would relive over and over again. You can't compare it to anything. Even if sometimes I'm not in the room and you just walk by and you hear a woman give the last push and you hear the cry, it's just, it makes the hairs on your skin just raise. There's nothing like it. It's amazing.
And relax there for a minute now. Okay, baby will be born now, next push. Okay, it's a big push. That's it. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Okay, and relax. Great. And touch baby's head. Yeah.
Easy now.
It was kind of weird. It was like, I don't know, it was because I had never done it on any of the others, and I think I actually done it. I was like, oh, because it was strange, kind of, you know, it was a weird feeling.
Okay, give me a big push, big breath in, and big push down.
Harder,
harder, harder.
When she did that, you could see, I don't know what it is, it's like they get more excited and they deliver even quicker, like, do you know what I mean? They just want to meet their babies.
Harder, 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 and relax. There we go. Hello, Papa. Hey, 1823. Hello.
Good
girl.
She could have actually delivered the child if I had said to her, do you want to deliver the baby? She probably could have done it herself.
Hello, sweetie.
Oh my God.
Hello.
Well done.
It's that anticipation, waiting just for the baby to come alive.
Is she all
It's
right?
to see that bread of life coming into it. It's like God touches the baby and then the soul enters the body.
You just needed a bit of a rub, huh? Did ya?
Oh, she's Taylor.
Say hello. Now I'm gonna put her on your chest. I'm gonna cut her cord, right? I'm just gonna bring her over and have a little look. Oh, she's perfect. Perfect.
Yeah.
Hey, chicken.
I was like, she's here, and there was no pain, and I actually have her in my arms now, and I couldn't believe it.
Okay, gorgeous. So if you can lift up for me as...
It's amazing, isn't it?
Do you want to cut the cord?
Oh, I don't mind.
Up to you.
You cut the other tree.
So just give me 2 minutes, and I'm just gonna clamp it, and I'll show you what to do now. 1 second. Really go like that. It's very blunt, okay? It's not sharp scissors, and just in between those two, okay?
First time I done it, I nearly cut off the midwife's finger.
Oh, that was it. Perfect. You cut the midwife's finger off. Yeah. Well, I like my fingers.
What's wrong? Where's Daddy? I think Daddy's in shock, is he? Is Daddy in shock? Look.
Hey, Papa. Oh, it's okay.
It's okay.
There's no words for it. I love the birth, yeah. The 9 months is a nightmare, and then after that it's just like a battle. You always have to remind yourself of the life, you know, it's beautiful.
Oh.
You finished now? Come on, Snotters. You got Snotters. Had you got Snotters?